Hello YouTube, Dr. Kemp here, Hammond Doc once again, and on today I want to talk with you about something that I have presented on in the past, that is Leslie control switches. And if you go back and look at several of the videos that I've done, you will see where I talked about the brown bakelite switches, the echo switches, as well as the tremolo corral switches. But those were the traditional brown switches. And I think I may have said in at least one of those videos that I had some other switches that I wanted to share with you. Well, I'm going to do that in this next series of videos. So let's begin with the first of the other types of switches that I want to share with you. And when I say other, I don't mean in terms of functionality, but rather in terms of appearance. Because when it comes to functionality, these switches do the exact same thing as the switches that I've shared with you in the past. It's just that these switches have a different appearance. And here is an example of one of them. This is a ivory colored switch. It's a rare switch. These are very difficult to find. This is a vintage Ivory Leslie switch. In fact, this is a echo switch. It has echo and main on it, an ensemble, so you can call it an ensemble switch. It's echo ensemble main switch, but it's ivory. This one is in pure mint condition. It has all of the parts that you would expect to have in or on a mint switch. This one has it. So I do not I don't sell these. I keep these switches because they're so difficult to come by for my collector Hammond B3 organs. Let's see, what else do I have? I have several of these switches. I have a bag with several of those rare ensemble switches in them. In addition to that, I have another bag on my desk. Let's pan down here, and you can see what I'm looking at. I have several matching tremolo corral switches. Okay, let's pull this back, and I'll just hold them up for you. One type that I have is this type. These all have the block letters, and it just has on and off. It's the on and off, but it's the ivory, and that's what I'm talking about today. Is the color. this is another on and off. And a third on and off ivory switch. But here is a fourth switch that is a little different than the other three that I just showed you, in that it has the words tremolo and corral written on them instead of on and off. Okay. So, well, somebody might want to know, well, what is the difference? Well, functionally, there is no difference functionally between the on and off and the tremolo and corral. They do the same thing functionally. But so, well, why have the different wording on here? If you have a 2-speed Leslie, like the Leslie 122 or 147, then you're going to be running tremolo and corral. Okay, in other words, fast, tremolo, and corral, slow. On the other hand, if you are using your switch with a 1-speed Leslie that have the 1-speed motors, which is tremolo, fast, you either have the tremolo on or it's off. And when it's off, that means that the motor is no longer turning, because it's a 1-speed motor as opposed to 2 speeds, fast and slow. So that's what the on and off is about. I think that's all I wanted to share with you today with regard to the ivory switches. I do have one more switch that I want to share with you. So what I'll do is I'm going to put these away. Then I'll come back in another video and share with you something that's so rare with regard to these switches that I don't have as many of them as I have of even these rare ivory switches. So until that time, this is Dr. Kemp saying to you, Hammond Doc, peace out.